15 years on the biggest kickboxing stage. 18 world titles. And 87 savage knockouts. Mike Zambidis conquered the old-school world of fighting with Spartan courage and carved his place in history with out-of-control slugfests.
И еще попадает, да?
In this edition of K1 Legends, brace yourself for a jaw-cracking extravaganza by the Iron Greek. This is gonna hurt. Michaelis was born in Athens, Greece, in the summer of 1980. As a child, he was engaged in gymnastics, but his steel will and passion for martial arts quickly outgrew the tight uniform. A baggy karate kimono couldn't contain it either. Having mastered the ramming style of kickboxing, Zambidis would stay true to it for the next 3 decades. By the year 2000, he had gathered a lot of acclaim on the local scene. Due to his aggressive style and punching power, people called him Iron Mike. So Zambidis flew to Australia with significant momentum on his side to debut as a pro. The world champion Boris Nezif immediately found himself in the artillery sights.
And a whole lot of bother, a whole world of hurt. He covered
survived a harsh landing on the smooth surface, and unconditionally surrendered seconds before the final bell.
Wild right hand, and for a while to come. Zambidis. Boris Nezif a rubber leg straight. Boris Nezif a rubber leg straight. He's down on his feet.
With a respected 154-pound belt around his waist, in 2001, Zambidis settled in Australia and started stockpiling title defenses. Facing Shannon Forrester, Mike wanted to be a stone-cold sniper and work in controlled bursts.
Sponsoring that, then they've already accepted the sponsorship deal on that one, so I'm looking for a great show.
Other beautiful body shots on
elbow. And,
however, as soon as his manliness was put in peril,
body shots there from Iron Mike. Zambidis just takes one a little bit.
He went on to open a can of whoop-ass.
And it is straight back on him. Zambidis just hold that up. Hitters won't relent. Another big overhead right.
Pouncing on the wobbling adversary, Zambidis viciously punched his body out of the ropes. The Thailand representative, who was brought in to test the Greek weapons, refused to capitulate a little longer.
as I said, when you...
Zambidis on the line. A sweeping leg kick there from Sackley.
Be that as it may, he fled the coop once heavy fire fell upon him.
Zambidis boxing there with a nice left hook uppercut combination. Sweat just flying off the ground. Sackley forced to cover up now. Zambidis goes to the head and body. Sackley taking enormous punishment. It's all over.
5 feet and 6 inches of distilled fury ran into a roadblock in the quarterfinals of the local Grand Prix.
From the planet,
Billy Mamou was dispatched in the quarterfinal. The Greek was precise on the counter at the outset.
Slid like a pig in center by Iron Mike. Body shot.
Landed a few right hands.
Oh, big right hand.
And unleashed the storm.
Ooh, the big right hand, the big kibosh there from Mike Zambidis here in center ring to loosen him up again for their rematch. Shoot Zambidis down. Body shot, head shot from Zambidis.
In the second round, Mike added kicks to the equation.
The padding on the shin and insteps there, Hammer. Oh, the high left.
Overloading the Papuan fighter's brain to the point of surrender.
Oh, Mamou is hurt.
He's turned his back.
Mamou is hurt, Hammer. Shaking his head, he wants out of there.
Unable to find safety in the ring, Mamou had no choice but to get out of Zambidis' way up the bracket. Cenk Bayek from the semis saw the shorter version of Wanderlei Silva and went ham right away.
One Zambidis to start turning on the pressure this early. High head kick from Bayek. Another one. Beautiful evasion skills from Bayek.
I see the fight very even at the moment, and both players are just...
Mike punished his liver for impatience.
Place on Zambidis.
Set up by Mike Zambidis. Cenk Bayek
Unloaded a bunch of flying knees.
as the clock ticks down for him. A height difference. His forehead is right there.
The real-life massacre that ensued could have ended exclusively by finish.
Idea. It's all Greek to me. High right round kick from Bayek, and Bayek now turning it on. He's got blood smeared over his chest, but Bayek taking up the Zambidis. Zambidis full of confidence. Tags him again.
Told me no ads before the turn, and then just advertising.
High right round kick, left round kick by Bayek.
To give credit where it's due, Cenk managed to stay conscious despite the knockdown.
Bayek goes down.
Yet, the referee could not let the bout continue.
His execution, excellent.
Bayek was tougher than a $2 steak. Even so, it takes much more than that to defeat peak Iron Mike. The dance partner in the finale was John Wayne Parr. The 26-year-old Australian had long been a living Thai boxing legend and knocked out both previous opponents in the tournament. Wayne's significant height advantage came into play from the word go, allowing him to keep longer distance with stabbing front kicks.
Let's try and take the power from the arms of
Trying to work that hook to the jaw of Wayne Parr. Leg kick, outside thigh kick there from Zambidis. Oh, tagging right hand from Wayne.
Breaking into the clinch with knees also proved to be a successful tactic.
Step up knee there from Wayne Parr. Caught him. Zambidis in trouble.
Estimate Zambidis at all, but because he can always finish a fight with one big punch.
The dynamic shifted after an inconspicuous strike late into the first stretch.
Oh, Zambidis the other hand right. Wayne Parr swings down.
Zambidis started countering kicks.
Oh, big body
He's
shot.
going to have to keep that left hand glued to the side.
Zambidis going downstairs again. Oh, left hook, right hand combination. The pace now. Overhand right again.
Took command of the range
Oh, dropping right hand.
and enacted terror in the phone booth when possible.
He's overhand right and again.
That's a very strong fight right in the middle. I think this could go for the extra round.
Zambidis all over him now. Overhand right there.
Meanwhile, exhausted by the pressure, Parr stubbornly refused to crumble and held strong like a true old-school warrior.
From Wayne Parr, overhand right. Zambidis takes it again. Here comes Iron Mike. Here comes Iron Mike.
Right on the balls of his feet into the third round. Works that all the way. Here he goes again.
Big right hand again. The big kick.
In the dying minutes, he went on the offensive, cementing the fight's status as a divisional classic.
Wayne Parr really.
Wayne Parr knees.
You've never seen anything like it.
Hands up.
Zeb says you haven't got the better of me yet. Body shot Zambidis. Uppercut him there.
The crazy back-and-forth finale awarded massive style points to both participants, but there could be only one Grand Prix winner. Just 2 weeks later, Mike will give Bayek a rematch with the same result.
Number of the leg kicks from Zambidis. The world champion moves forward again. Digs away to the body land. He's rocked him. He's rocked him. Bayek's gone down.
By 2003, Zambidis was regarded as the hottest thing on 2 feet in kickboxing, a status he confirmed against Nicholas Winberg on a 2-year-long unbeaten streak. Mike was punching up at the ceiling for 3 rounds, trying to reach the Finnish cloud kidnapper.
Nicholas Winberg's big overhand right thigh kick from Winberg.
And he's very cool.
Oh, Zambidis tags him with a big left hook. And he's trying to chop.
The action resembled a wrecking ball colliding with a piñata.
I suppose you can only backwards.
Well, early on in his fight against Cenk Bayek, of course, Bayek sees some very big damage on the legs of Zambidis, and now Zambidis
And the Greek mercifully put Winberg out of his misery.
dancing, centering, and here comes Zambidis.
Big right hand. Nailed it. Nailed it.
The big kickbox.
Iron Mike's right hand was like a jackhammer, heavy and unstoppable.
Centering, and here comes Zambidis.
Big right.
In addition, the multiple-time world champion Gurkan Ozkan
I'm not gonna do nothing. If you think you're tough, come on. Come on.
thought it would be a great idea to provoke Zambidis. As their scuffle showed, that impudence was misplaced. When the antics from both sides were done with,
Same thing with Zambidis.
Mike decided to chop up the bigger man into a Greek salad. Ozkan did his best to save face and answer back.
And not only that, if he
Nevertheless, Zambidis was dead set to send him to the Shadow Realm in a body bag.
Oh, he's so cold! He's so cold!
Another scalp in the Greek butcher's collection. In March of 2003, Zambidis debuted in Japan versus Albert Kraus. The Dutchman had won the K1 World Max Grand Prix a year prior and was considered an apex predator for good reason. Still, Mike calmly cosplayed Superman for a whole round. Dug into the body and put the right hand to use against the southpaw. Albert never took the hint. One blow was enough for Zambidis to nullify the champion and carve a place in the Grand Prix, set for July. On the first lap, he faced Masato. Aside from his defeat to Kraus in 2002, the Japanese warrior had been flawless for 3 years and was favored to win the whole thing. Throwing caution to the wind, they went at it from the jump. Mike uncorked big single shots to all levels. And quickly got the hang of mixing it up. Masato relied on lightning-fast kicks. And snuck in a sharp knee. Backing away into a corner, the Greek was knocked over by the enthusiastic enemy. And the referee awarded the local star with a controversial knockdown. Realizing that the judges were not on his side, Zambidis started dishing out to the body to catch up. Masato stung him with a couple low kicks from a distance. And held his own in the clinch at the end of the opening stretch. In the second, Iron Mike finally adjusted to the opponent's style. He was much more proactive with the Japanese standout. And banked the round, no question. Zambidis would not pump the brakes in the last frame either. He embraced the counterpunching role. Thrashed Masato from far range. And did not let a single attack go unpunished. Throughout the entire stretch, Mike only got stuck in the clinch a couple of times, without much damage. However, a clear W was taken away from him. A blatant robbery in favor of Masato advanced the Japanese representative in the tournament, and he would go on to win by pressing Kraus's off switch. Zambidis was infuriated by these shady dealings and took out his anger on a journeyman.
Pure aggression from Zambidis, beautiful body.
That same night, he also faced Pete Spratt, a UFC veteran who knew how to kick off with a bang.
The right hand, he's walked into something. That's going to be a...
Unfortunately for Pete, Mike proved that it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
A little bit of desperation, Michael.
Oh, high right now, kick it. And it's all over. One more knockdown and it's all over. He's gone. He's gone.
Another Japanese fighter named Kojiro offered even less resistance. The third collapse convinced the samurai to lay down his arms. Zambidis entered the 2004 Grand Prix as one of the favorites. Like last time, he mostly controlled the quarter-final match with single detonations. And wobbled the rival in multiple exchanges. But the knees were still a big problem. Mike did everything possible to sway the judges at the end. And yet, they did him dirty once again. In 2005, the die-hard Greek continued to burn through the world's arenas. And one victim of that flame was Stanley Nandex. The Papuan kickboxer dubbed Headhunter lived and died by that nickname.
Instead of throwing combination kicking.
Mike accepted the challenge with zero hesitation. He dusted off his flying license and clearly demonstrated who had the sharper fangs.
Here comes Zambidis! The big boss!
After starching Nandex hard enough to cause his grandkids to feel dizzy, Zambidis annihilated another daredevil.
A little bit, Borovic, I know it's good to move.
2 explosions did the job.
Zambidis has to be careful with the ambulance.
This paved a way to a super fight versus an MMA icon, Norifumi Yamamoto. The Japanese southpaw wielded a killer right hook and gloriously made his kickboxing debut. The tension was palpable when the 2 renowned triggermen collided. Mike fine-tuned the counters and unleashed Spartan rage. He fearlessly responded to the opponent's kicks and teased Yamamoto and threw combos freely. By the end of the second stretch, Zambidis figured out how to punish the enemy's movement. In the third, his angle-cutting tactic brought results. As soon as the adversary lingered on the spot, casualties were unavoidable. Placing another name on the resume, Mike went on to have a rematch with Masato. Unlike their previous rendezvous, the gladiator spent the entire first frame trading low kicks.
Tutaj przegra w stanie zastosować tę swoją kombinację.
With a liver check here and there by Zambidis.
Przegrał przed czasem z Zambidisem po pięknym.
No i przy tej wyrównanej...
Then Mike started mixing targets more actively, clearly not wanting to leave it to the judges.
Bić wagę do K1 Max, chociaż dla mnie optymalnym byłby do ciężkiego K1.
Czyli kategoria pośrednia.
Masato did his best to land big knees.
Zambidis chce wciągnąć Masato bliżej, krótszy zasięg ramion.
While the Greek was chasing him around.
Spodziewała się dużej przewagi Masato i tutaj jego dominują siłą i tutaj jest łatwo o kontuzję. No i w ataku Zambidis teraz.
Eager to blast Masato with a decisive blow, in the third round, Mike upped the pace.
Przygotowany jest rzeczywiście Zambidis, na pewno Masato jest tutaj pod dużą presją.
And got burned.
Masato. Świetna wymiana i teraz trafił Masato.
Ignoring the flashbacks from the knockdown, Zambidis pushed the pedal to the metal.
Masato. Teraz Zambidis musi postawić wszystko na jedną punktową. Nie wdaje się właśnie.
To give credit, the Japanese fighter did not cave in either and kept shooting from the hip until the end.
Kapitalnie próbuje sobie ustawić tę głowę Zambidisa, który mógłby powalić Masato i zakończyć tę walkę przed czasem.
Schrodinger's victory went to Masato again. Howbeit, barely able to leave on his own 2 feet, he withdrew from the tournament. In the fall, the Greek bounced back against Satoru Suzuki. Mike's agility allowed him to negate the giant's reach and size advantage. Numerous low kicks deflated Satoru's tires. So the stoppage didn't take long. This finish signified the end of Zambidis' initial 5-year-long kickboxing world tour, during which dozens of souls were separated from their bodies. Despite being just 25 years old, the accumulation of injuries as well as dissatisfaction with wacky decisions by the judges forced him to take only big fights. In the first performance in 2006, Mike was confronted by Buakaw Porpramuk. The White Lotus is now considered the greatest kickboxer in the history of Thailand, but even back then, he had Grand Prix gold to brag about. Buakaw hit like a freight train with both hands. What made him famous, though, was the universal soldier style that would even force K1 to ban clinches. Differences in height and approach became evident at the outset. Mike desperately tried to deliver hooks. And break through to the comfortable firing position. Porpramuk punished the adversary with low kicks. Sniped away at the midsection. And went up top when a chance presented. In the second round, Zambidis couldn't settle due to the thunderous kicks. And only connected with the occasional body shot. The last 3 minutes were spent in the same manner, and the Thai's triumph was clear as day by the end. After getting a well-deserved nod against the Greek striker, Buakaw buried Andy Sauer alive in the finale. Back then, Porpramuk could take on the whole Avengers team and come out on top. Mike returned to the right track by grinding yet another kamikaze into powder. In 2007, Zambidis had a barn burner with the Armenian power puncher Gago Drago. Despite the loss of balance in the third round, The opponent's lack of a Japanese passport did play in Mike's favor. The following year, Zambidis scrapped with Andy Sauer, who had K1 blue blood flowing through his veins. The Dutch showman had 2 Grand Prix golds to boast about, and a record swollen with knockouts.
Nie ma szans, ciosy na korpus i na głowę, na korpus i na głowę.
Unlike the rival, Mike was in no mood for tap dancing. He charged in at the word go, pressuring and flailing away.
Blue glove. Celia told us all that even though Zambo is fighting hand of his, the left hook overhand.
Andy responded with Buakau's tactic of hampering body shots.
While, as we saw him in Holland in recent months, showed the mustard behind it. Rib kick, beautifully.
And went tit for tat with low kicks.
He spent 2 nights covering a lot of ringside. Nice leg kick from
Zambidis made the read and grew lighter on his feet.
ripping to the body, left hook to the head. Now you're feeling it. That Sauer is getting into his groove a little more.
However, in the second it became obvious that Iron Mike's legs were getting heavy.
On the hand from the Greek fighter. Outside punching again from Sauer. Then goes to the rear thigh.
Sauer found the rhythm and opened up with precise counters.
Nice. A round of action after this one. Nice. Great sportsmanship from Andy Sauer. He picks up where he left off. Zambidis lead.
Zambidis got his revenge advancing.
Unbelievable. Jumping knee. Overhand right body rip from Zambidis. They are going at it.
The third round was also fought on equal terms, and the outcome was harder to predict than John Jones's PED test results.
Maybe that's why Zambidis is
Probably trying to slow him down a bit. Nothing really doing the effect he's hoping for.
barbecue. Again, he takes it out.
Mike chased the finish like his life depended on it.
The work rate of these two men has been phenomenal. And Zambidis tags it left-handed. Final second, there's the bell.
In the judges' minds, it was only enough for a draw. In the extra round, the Warriors continued exactly where they left off.
High kick from Zambidis. Jumping knee from the champ. An absolute machine, Andy Sauer. Brutal, calculating, tags him with the right.
A shocking twist at the end is attached.
The big kibosh! The big kibosh! The big kibosh! Sauer, it's good night, Irene!
Switching to southpaw, Sauer feinted across and launched a crow cop high kick. Mike was knocked out for the first time. In 2010, the 30-year-old Greek participated in the Massacre of the Century, which ensured his place in the Kickboxing Hall of Fame. The partner in crime was Shahid El Haj. The Moroccan could make coffee nervous at the stare-down.
And we've got a bit of a shoving contest. Michael Chabot.
Zambidis took bullying personally and initiated a slugfest.
Shit just got real here in the max.
Still, even in the midst of chaos,
If you get a Shahid, it's very backed up. It's all red.
Mike was calibrating a left counterhook,
Over.
as well as an intercepting overhand.
Zambidis just working the Moroccan. Well, I mean, you know, Zambidis.
To El Haj's credit, he withstood the carpet bombing for a full round.
Tough Mike Zambidis. Oh, he tags him with a left hook. Of what has been a round of pure Greek awesomeness.
Nevertheless, in the second, Shahid suffered the first implosion.
Drinks. Oh, he drops him the big kebab.
Mike kept catching the pressuring rival
In all cylinders. Devastating. Hooks him again.
and landed the right.
He's able to open up Khalid.
Oh,
And a second knockdown.
he drops him again.
Surprisingly, El Haj did not collapse in the center of the ring and went forward like a tank.
It'll be over. 45 seconds remaining for Zambidis to find the finisher. Oh, Shahid! 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 Shahid!
Scoring 3 knockdowns in total in the second frame, they clashed with renewed vigor in the third.
Told him go for the legs! Jumping knee! Zambo's been rocked! This is awesome! This is epic! Oh, there comes the uppercut you were looking for.
The immortal Shahid El-Hajj ate and digested blows powerful enough to put down a rhino.
What? You've done it again! He might have a chance here. Zambidis caught him. Shahid evades and fires back. Toe to toe, they juke it out. Big right hand from Zambo. Big right.
The ragged pace and violence were taking a toll on Zambidis as well.
Never seen before.
Ignoring the devastating counterpunches, Shahid tried to turn the tide with all his might.
I'm speechless in this fight.
These are monstrous shots. Oh, there's the overhand right. They could try.
And the commentators were going mental.
Jumping knee. Oh, how is he standing? How is he standing? What the heck?
Iron Mike's legs nearly gave out.
Swing! Look at them swing! Look at them swing! Zambidis stomach!
Instead of crowning the winner, the judges demanded more blood and announced an extra lap. Now Zambidis caught his second win.
Right here.
He's got to go back to the body. Those overhand shots are not hurting, Holly. I mean, this
He focused on the body,
seemed to do though is he's finding that.
then switched to the head.
And they are still giving it here.
Raised the stakes with high kicks,
Strings from the ceiling. Smacked his lip.
and blasted a massive overhand.
Back to that left hook.
Yes! That'll do it! My God, it took him out 20.
The Moroccan zombie came back from the dead again and gutted through to hear the bell.
You hear the thud of that hook? There it is! Zambidi's gonna win it!
The greatest battle in K1 history lasted 4 unforgettable rounds. The cycle of violence was eventually broken by the judges, who unanimously sided with Zambidis.
Go home now. That's it. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Where's one of those energy?
The action-packed drama with El-Hajj was destined to have a sequel. Mike's high guard was tighter than ever as he made the foe stumble around the ring, crisping like French toast.
There you go, get lovely sweep there. Didn't at all rally, and here he comes forward again.
Really right, visible reddening on the ribs of Shahid, and a good right hand from him. Into Zambidis.
The opponent's only response was the occasional kick.
Working big shots, waiting for his opportunity.
Really nice scoring.
By the end of the duel, Shahid's health bar was completely spent,
Someone could get clipped here, it's only halfway through the round.
and Zambidis put an end to the confrontation.
He looks visibly tired and really...
Oh!
You could have seen that coming,
The
couldn't you?
combination, it's over the top of the right.
Clattered by a left hook, El-Hajj fell victim to a delayed knockout. In the years that ensued, Mike would take fun matchups and continue issuing concussions.
Но и еще попадает Замбидис. Рефери не останавливает бой, хотя должен был бы. Да, совершенно верно.
And occasionally find himself on the bitter end of the pugilistic art. By 2015, Zambidis had fully accepted the harsh reality. His best days were behind him. He went on a farewell tour and performed at home twice, teaching visiting prospects valuable lessons to the fans' amusement. 34-year-old Mike improved his record to an incredible 157-24 with 87 knockouts, and retired at the peak of his popularity. And no, the myth about 3 guys Mike sent to the afterlife is just that of fiction. Now Zambidis is 42. He is still in excellent physical shape and teaches students in his own gym. Not so long ago, Mike became a father of twins. A rare occasion when a guy leaves the sport relatively healthy following 200 wars against the deadliest bone crushers on the planet. the dauntless Greek warrior fought like his great ancestors.
Michael Chavello, Mike Kogan, Ray Steffo, and Sam!
Conquered the public's hearts and proved that Iron Mike is not just a nickname, it's a state of mind. And although Zambidis did not manage to reach the pinnacle of K1 due to judicial bureaucracy, he lost only to the elite and stayed at the top for 15 years. A true David in the Goliath world. If you liked the video and want to see more kickboxing legends, flying knee the like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.